Welcome to Algo Hour. It is November 21st. It's episode 35. And we have Chris Swenner as our special guest. Welcome.
Hi, everybody.
How's it going?
Whoa. Yeah, welcome, Chris.
Well, thank you. I'm happy to be here. This is actually my first time being on the Algo Hour. The last time I was on it, it was the after hours.
Right.
Algo after hours.
Yeah.
You are calling, I think, or only calling.
Yeah.
It's delightful.
It was way fun. I loved it. It was impromptu. And Chris helped me do some tests early on when I was like considering this live show setup, and I was like trying to rally support and help. And he was like, IRL OBS is like real hard. Like this is real hard. And I took a lot of his advice. We are no longer screen recording Discord calls, which is an improvement. But so Chris has kind of gotten sneak peeks backstage a few times now over the course of what's become Algo Hour. So welcome officially in an official capacity as our very special guest today.
Well, thank you for having me, everybody.
We've got Ted.
And not only are you a guest.
Yeah.
Yes. Hello. Not to run you over. I just wanted to talk about and mention Chris's amazing sponsorship with the show as well.
For sure. We appreciate you a lot.
I just want to mention Chris's amazing voice. I mean, every time you talk, I just get like chills.
There.
I have a special microphone that actually it doesn't take my voice and put it into your ears. It puts it directly into your soul.
Oh, I feel it. I feel it deeply.
Link will be posted below. Affiliate link below coming soon, maybe.
There you go.
I was going to say we've got Ted. He's going to do sports with us in its normal spot, but we bumped Joe's dev update, which I'm super excited about. There's hackathons going on, but that's going to come a little bit later in the show today because Chris Blessett did his homework a little early for his flex time challenge. It's already up. It's already posted. And we have a special flex time thing here. What's in the box? What is in the box? So we're going to do that.
I just spoiled it.
Oh.
Nobody saw it.
You did, Ted. Thank you for
Nobody's
that.
looking.
Well, no one knew. No one's looking.
No one knew. It's fine. No one's watching. It's okay. Let's check in with the chat. Let's see who exactly is watching. Dustin was ready for this an hour ago. So
wow.
He
Guess we need
might
a pre-show.
still be around. Yeah.
When are we going to start live going to the green room?
That would be so much fun if I could figure out how to do it. I can't even figure out how to record our green room or our backstage while I'm streaming and recording something else somewhere else. But I need to get like somebody else to do it for us, I think, on another computer maybe. Bento Grizz is here. He's helped us in the past and was a friend of the show. Gov chiming in with his usual, just the most positive guy. He thinks this show is going to be a dandy.
Dandy.
It's going to be a dandy.
Showing your age, Gov.
As a sponsor, I request better guests. There goes the positivity right out the window. That lasted for 2 seconds.
I appreciate that, Gov. Thank you very much. I messaged him right beforehand and said, hey, I'm about to jump on the Algo Hour. You better be there.
I think when he said that, he was implying that you would be there for support. But, fine print, nothing like the fine print. Are you guys ready? We're going to do flex time first. Let's just live it up and be a little wild. Born ready. Okay. Sounds good.
Oh. Get it, Luca.
It's one of my favorite.
It gets me hot.
I like it. Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Man.
Oh, just a button. Come on, Luca. Come on. It's really weird.
That's a good one.
It was a bop, okay? Can't resist it. Took me back to the clubbing days.
Chris was racking I can't even do like the wiggle.
Little bubble.
There we go. I'm getting it. I'm learning. Feely taught me how to shuffle. It's not out of question here.
Wow.
Let's see.
Mm-hmm. Take some coordination. You got it.
It was real fun. It was fun. I gotta do it in socks still. I don't think I can shuffle in shoes quite yet.
It's
Good thing
way
nobody's
harder.
got them anyway.
The shoeless shuffle. That's what we do. We do around here.
The shuffle. All right,
I've
Chris.
played my the socks before. It's
You
not a
must-
good idea this time.
You must have either gotten really good grades in school or you got bad grades for doing what wasn't assigned. I don't know. But we normally do a flex time challenge, and you already posted yours up. And instead of flexing 2 with our hashtag, you created your own thread of flexes.
That's right. I have a lot of NFTs.
You don't say.
So,
Define a lot.
yeah. Oh, over 1,000 at least. At least.
What's your minimum balance
Not again.
requirement
Oh
at
my
this
gosh.
A lot.
point?
Let's see if I can move this here. I don't know why you guys are in the wrong spot. Where is it? That's a little bit better. Not terribly so. While I fix this, because it's just bothering me to no end. Chris, why don't you tell us what we're looking at for this first flex? It's an oldie. It's a goodie. I think it's a Monstie. Is that how you say
Well,
it?
it's actually a doofy,
What?
but it was a guest artist, Monstie. So this is actually one of my favorite NFTs. It's actually hanging on my wall right over there. It's so when Doofy did his 2 releases ago, he had a bunch of guest artists, and you had to guess who they were. And this is one that I got, and I absolutely love Monstie. Monstie's one of my favorite, if not the favorite artist on the Algo NFTs, and I was so lucky to pull this one.
I've seen
So,
this on
the
your
reason
wall.
why-
I
the
remember
reason
when
why
you
I
got
love
it
it-
printed.
The reason why I love this someone is like this is the epitome of ecstasy. Like look how happy, like beyond the deliriously happy.
You mean the drug, right?
It's amazing.
This is the direct result.
Okay, we got a woo, right? I can't see if this is on.
Is that
I-
swinger?
That's mine.
Oh, this is the
Oh.
swinger thread.
I don't know what I just did.
Do we
I'm
lose
screwing
it?
Everything up today. No, I'm working on it. It's
It was
the
too much
thing-
amazing for the screen.
I know. I'm. You know. I feel like
Trish, are
we should
you
get.
a-
Go ahead.
Are you a gold guy, or are you more of a silver guy, or kind of talking a little bit more about that?
What's your favorite precious metal?
My favorite
no,
precious
in
metal.
regards to the woo is what I'm trying to get at here.
So I like gold, everything, but I can't really like own that because Agash has actually owned gold everything now, so I can't also own it because then I'm like, oh, copying him. But I like getting gold NFTs.
It's good.
The reason why I posted this one is because it was gifted to me.
Can only guess
So
who.
it's only extra special because of that, and I miss him. And Zeus, come back to us. This will never leave my ownership because it was a wonderful gift.
He's still around, isn't he? I think he moved.
I get his tweets every now and then. We DM.
This one
No big deal.
is a GIF. It's animated, and it is the best Flemish Giants on the planet. Hands down, everybody agrees, even when they don't. I can see it in their eyes. I won this actually at a live auction. This is like a live virtual auction back when, the peak of the algo markets. I actually won this and also a Yieldling. No, sorry, not a Yieldling. A Ling Ling. That was also animated, and that was a really fun thing because we were bidding in real life, and I will never also sell this one. This one is also on my wall, not animated though, because
Have you sold an NFT? Do you sell your NFT?
so
Okay. So they're all diamond holes.
Wait, who can sell?
I think I've sold like 2 back early days, and I was like, you know what? I like losing money, so I sold every single NFT I've ever bought. So you skipped over that purple one.
Mm-hmm.
Slow down.
The portrait.
What are you
Going
doing,
back.
IRL?
I'm going
No, she's
back.
This is very important.
There,
I don't
there,
have mine
there.
yet.
Well, let's go.
So You
I like
know.
it.
That's me, number one.
Oh, my bad.
But why these ones are special is because these, as you know, I'm involved with Voy. You can see it in my name right there. This is going to be the Voy Hall of Fame. It's a series of one PFPs that are drawn to represent the people that have gone above and beyond and really like helped out Voy be successful. And they were going to be released in on Voy soon. So that's why I want to post this one.
Cool.
I'm
And
jelly.
by the way,
I already made it known that I wanted one, and I am running a node, and I'm on the grants council. So I think Chris said
You
I
are
could
getting
have
one.
Getting there.
You are IRL's getting
Hall of
one.
Fame IRL. Ooh.
IRL, there will be IRL one, and the artist here is an amazing artist. Can anybody guess who this artist is?
Is that John M. Lowe?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I forgot, he's the guy that did the Trippy Dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's correct.
yes.
I forgot his name. I'm so sorry.
Adam.
But
Yeah,
I know
that's
him.
awkward.
I know. I'm
What's
sorry.
his handle though? Is
Adam.
his
Yeah.
handle's not
Nobody
Adam?
knows
It's
real names.
Chew
Thank you.
I
something.
don't know his name is like he's fully doxed on Twitter. His name's Adam with his last name that I can't pronounce.
Oh man, chat, help us out. I have a
Adam
couple
N.
of.
Adam
According
in.
to Vince.
Good job, Adam. And I can't wait.
Knuckles.
I'm going to
What?
defer to you on
Sounds
that.
good.
one.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's right.
Good job.
But he's great. Really love his art. I own a
I'm
lot of
excited.
Trippy Dudes as well.
I'm excited. No pressure, Adam. No pressure. But yeah, I'm excited that I'm going to get one. Someone that always flexes. We had the chat. I was reading the chat and everybody's like, "Oh, I got my flex in late. Refresh the page. You missed my." So I just wanted to give all of our procrastinating flexers a quick shout out. Extra
I'm
Foxy,
included.
Flex in the Broken Heart, Taco Coin. You picked up an Eddie. I like that Eddie. How do you say this one?
Damios.
Damios?
Damios.
Is that the same artist as Sifo?
It is.
Or Beatles?
Yes. Cousteau.
Cousteau? That's what I was thinking.
I like that artist.
He's so good.
Me too.
Little Bambino
All right.
mask in there. Sneaking.
Ice Age, Flex in the Pyrenees pack. This has got to be one of my favorite V1s, I
I
think.
like it.
Is that Three Wolf Moon?
There's
You guys
a light.
excited for the pup grades?
I am. I have a collar and I have 2 pixel pups. I wish I had more. I really like the art on the doggos.
I missed out the mint of the pixel pups, but I went and bought a bunch after, so I've got some good ones.
Yeah, I got like 10, and my plan is to do the pup grade on all of them. Looking
I
forward
only
We got a
have
whole kennel.
to it.
and I missed the minute.
Joe, I remember Joe got a few and I was like real jealous. I was like, wait a minute. When Joe's got more of a collection than you do on a certain project, it's definitely worth noting. And then all of the slow release, like sneak peeks, oh, they look so good. So I'm not gonna lie, I wish I had more, but I'm happy I have at least 3 coming my way. So
Jorge's great.
I agree. Okay, to my flex.
Oh, what a
Also,
good IRL.
yeah,
What a
it's great
good
too.
flex.
Love it.
Oh, beauty.
Luga flexed this one, and I slid right into his DMs, all swap like, and was like, "Will you please trade me?" So I traded a tiny for a 2 tiny. This one, I love black and gray. It's got the eyelashes, and the one that I traded him was a little ridiculous. Just funny because the whole collection, but it seemed to fit him better too. So I'm just saying it was a win-win.
IRL, would you like your Voy Hall of Fame to be black and gray?
I think they kind of have that vibe already.
I mean, we could make it straight up
Oh, I
black
don't
and
need
gray.
my skin to look any more gray than it
Okay.
is.
All right.
Thank
All
you
right.
very much.
Just want to make the offer.
So you flexed the GIF of the Flemish, and you at one point flexed a moving Algo bot that I was like hella jealous over. And I vowed that one day I would have something to flex over you. And so we just didn't do just me with a flex you'd be jealous of. We have a special flex time. It's in the box. Chris, you don't have any of these, but we're going to try this Fidgetal flex here. Courtesy of Taco Coin. We've got some churro chips, y'all.
I've got bad news for you.
You
Bad
have
news
some?
bears?
You already had them.
I was the second one to receive them.
Second
Okay, I don't know how to cut.
Taco.boy.
I've never had to cut a guess, but yeah.
See you, Chris.
Fun
All
having
right.
you on the show.
I love Taco. I mean, I've supported Taco for so long now.
Look at how these were packaged. Okay, so we got
Vacuum
bubble wrap.
Getting good notes.
How you know they're
Mine
legit?
and it's already open.
Cinnamon, sugary.
Do you know how hard it was to get the whole cast to not eat all of their chips for the
I
record
yell
while
at
we
you
waited for
every-
people to get them different
every
places?
They're delicious.
They smell really good. I'm not gonna lie.
Fine. Are we whiffing? Are we
Can
killing?
anybody get the chocolate one?
Oh yeah.
Did you all get
Oh,
your
yeah.
NFT to represent that you bought them?
Oh yeah.
Mm-mm. We didn't buy them.
Oh.
Taco sent us to them. Thanks, Taco.
Oh,
Yeah, we don't
Oh,
buy
nice.
things, so.
well, thanks, Taco.
Thanks, Taco.
I got an NFT, 2 NFTs that's represented my purchase.
Let's go.
Well,
Taco, you should
these
make
are
a
certainly-
Mhm. Do it. Yeah, no, maybe. I don't know.
it's unexpected in the world that we live in to be able to start eating chips like this.
and then not
but I
eat
like
the
them a
whole
lot. I think-
bag.
Is this good ASMR?
Yeah,
for you
I'm
all?
struggling because
Chat. You like the crunch?
I'm sitting on my bed
Oh, wait.
and I got crumbs everywhere. It's fine.
These are delicious. I'm not gonna
Very
lie.
Very good. Mm.
I want some like ones that are like hot at the restaurant.
I
like,
can
you know what I
attest that even it being open for 2 weeks, they still taste really good.
mean? And it wasn't because Feely was naughty. It was because her husband saw chips and was like, "Ooh, I want these," and she was like, "Oh my god, you better not eat all my
Like you
chips."
got. Yeah, so I had to hide them. And they
All right,
stayed
let's-
open. So
Let's
good.
see what the chat says. I like these, and I'm having a hard time eating only one. As a now experienced producer, I would recommend doing chip trials at the end of the show so that you're not tempted to eat them all show long. Hindsight's 2020. We are blowing right past Chris, saying he's already experienced this and he's cooler than us. I thought I had you this time, my friend. I was so excited.
I love this was your trump card. You're like, ha, taco chips.
oh man.
Mm-hmm.
But no, these are fantastic. Shout out to Taco Coin again for sending churro chips. I'm excited. I'll be definitely sharing them as much as I am willing to over the course of the next couple of days, especially with Thanksgiving rolling around as well.
Oh, yeah.
Sharing like with other humans? Whew. Better man than me, Ted.
Oh man, I don't know. If there's some left by the time I pick up my kids today, I'll maybe share. But they're delicious. I got chips everywhere
They're very
though.
good.
Like they're
Same, yeah.
crispy and crunchy. And I ate them about as cleanly as my toddlers would have. So winning. Thank you, Taco, for the fun treat. I don't know if the chat said if you could hear the crunching or not. But mine were really crunchy.
Mm.
Maybe we'll send an extra ASMR. We'll post an extra ASMR video with a good microphone. Chris, if you want to help us out there with that as
Yeah,
well,
please.
by all means.
Crunch your soul.
Oh,
Yeah, crunch time. Oh man.
Let's see here. PWQ, they're very delish.
Well, that just gave me life. I feel like a new human being.
Those were really good.
Oh,
Like
what
I,
flavor you chugging there?
oh. What's the red, sugar-free red?
I don't like the
I don't.
red.
Do they have names? Ultra
Yeah.
red. Mm.
I got sugar free white.
White is the way, man.
I have 0 sugar green.
Oh,
So Monster,
Oh my
you
gosh.
should consider sponsoring us.
It could be right here, right next to the Womp Crew. Monster.sugarfree.algo.
Algo Hour, fueled by Monster.
I dig it. I think, let's see, are there other flexes that we missed? I probably. Vultures with the acid lit leaf, and then Chris did his, and then DC always flexes, and he this week was flexing the mental Marvins. I love Mars. Like, I just think he's super cool. And I've followed that for a long time. DC Junior's Broken Hearts. I had flexed a couple of mine earlier in the week that I pulled that I really liked of those. I got the Joker hat, which I liked that trait.
Who's the artist behind these?
DC Junior. Or
What else did they
He
do?
made them himself.
There's the GF, the Get Fucked.
or girlfriend. But yeah, it means the other
Good
thing
fold.
Julie said.
Or
Good
girlfriend.
fold.
Girlfriend.
All right, and that one's from last week. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to let Ted do sports since he's not chewing. And then we will come back around and maybe play some limericks with Chris, if that sounds good.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, get ready,
We're
buddy.
going to get you one way or another, bud.
This will get me. I'm
sure.
horrible at these.
I will say as a teaser, I read them and don't know any of the answers this week.
It's a good side.
Thanks.
Dun, dun,
Thanks.
dun,
Oh,
dun.
man.
All right, here's your sports.
This is my section. Hello, everyone. You know, it's a lovely day we're having today. A lot of times I'm very energetic, but sometimes I want to go and tone it down a little bit. We've got a great show for you this evening, this afternoon or morning, depending on where you are. Starting off, we've got a fantastic Thursday game where we had the Ravens beating the Bengals, starting off week 11 in the NFL. It was a really fantastic game between two MVP hopefuls and between Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow. But it was very short-lived as Joe Burrow tore a tendon in his elbow and was suddenly out for the season halfway through that game. And as a result, the Bengals lost by 14, so it's not surprising that without their star stud, they're not really going to be able to do much. In a crowded AFC, that's going to be really fantastic for teams like the Steelers, the Broncos, and some of those other spots that are really edging in on the wild card. Fast forward to Sunday, we had an additional AFC North showdown between the Browns and the Steelers, where it was a riveting 13-10 game. Deshaun Watson is also out for the season, Browns quarterback. So that's led to some ambiguity in the rest of the Browns-Cleveland kind of situation. The Steelers, who were previously 6-3 going into the game, really kind of floundered as well, ultimately firing their offensive coordinator, Matt Canada. Now, if you remember from last week where we talked about the Bills firing their offensive coordinator after a loss to the Broncos, this shouldn't come as a huge surprise after they only put up 10 points. Quickly kind of going down through the rest of the games, the Lions beat the Bears 21-36, but that doesn't really tell the full story as they were down by 2 touchdowns with about 4.5 minutes left. Shout out to Jared Goff and Dan Campbell and the rest of the Lions for being able to go and persevere. It just doesn't seem like Justin Fields can win. We've got the Dolphins at the Raiders at the Dolphins, where you're seeing Aiden O'Connell because of injuries in the Raiders quarterback room getting the start, and he performed very respectable, going out to a 10-point lead right away in Las Vegas or in Miami, only to lose 20-13. Kind of looking forward ahead, we had the Packers winning on a last-second drive against the Chargers, and that was absolutely incredible as they were down for a while. It looked like that there was no hope for them. Arguably, Jordan Love's one of his better games, and it was the nail in the coffin for the LA Chargers as they fall to 4-6. Their head coach is certainly on the hot seat, Brandon Staley, and he was firing back at reporters during the post-game press conference as if it wasn't their job to ask him questions. Looking forward, Brock Purdy has led the 49ers to 7-3 behind Christian McCaffrey. He threw 3 touchdowns in a win over the Buccaneers. And the Bills beat the Jets 32-6 in what was supposed to be a battle of New York. Ultimately just ended up being a shellacking. But the Jets did score a touchdown. Offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett has underperformed to say the least. It's been about 40 drives that he's had without a touchdown, and I think about 45 if you count the time that he got one. So it's not really looking the best. The Sunday night game was certainly riveting, where it was the Broncos hosting the Minnesota Vikings. Ultimately, the Broncos went down to the red zone, I think 6 times, I want to say, and 5 of those times they kicked a field goal. Very disheartening to the home crowd, as there weren't quite boos, but it wasn't really quite the cheering that they were looking for. With that said, it was a full house, as the Broncos were on a 3-game win streak, and they persevered and were able to go and actually extend that win streak to be 5-5 and on the edge of the wild card spot, just 1 game back from actually securing a spot to win 21-20 off of a fantastic Cortland Sutton grab from Russell Wilson. Last night was also a fantastic game as well, where you had the Eagles and the Chiefs going on. It was the Battle of the Kelsey Bowl. If you have all forgotten, obviously Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift were dating. Now, Taylor wasn't in attendance there, but, to say the least, it was a battle of the brothers. Obviously, this was a Super Bowl rematch as well, with the Eagles pulling away 21-17 with Devontae Smith 41-yard catch that ultimately led the way to a tush push for Jalen Hurts' second rushing touchdown. That's a little bit of your high-level NFL news. Let's take a little bit more of a college football preview real quick. A couple notes here. You've got Georgia ranked 1, who's on a 28-win streak, having won the national championship last year, and they are steamrolling the competition with a 38-10 victory over ranked 18 Tennessee. Ohio State's ranked number 2 behind QB Kyle McCord, and they've been dominant in the Big Ten with notable wins over Maryland, Notre Dame, and Penn State. But they're on a collision course with Michigan that's set to take place this Saturday. And we'll get to Michigan in a second. But first, Florida State ranked 4, who are also undefeated on this year behind their fantastic quarterback, Jordan Travis. But unfortunately for Jordan, he broke his leg, and ultimately what seems to be a meaningless game against North Alabama this week. A real heartbreaker, as the Heisman hopeful had his entire college career cut short now. He will not be able to play another college game just by the severity of this injury. While Florida won that game 58-13, it was certainly bittersweet. Lastly, we have Michigan, who's ranked 3. And if you remember from our previous story where we were talking about the Michigan cheating scandal, it seems like they, despite their their absence of their head coach, are able to still persevere, beating Penn State in a very statement win. But with that said, Michigan's had a relatively easy schedule, but they are still going to have to go through Ohio State to get the promised land. If it's a close game, watch out for both of these teams to qualify. Now, some of the other teams on the bubble include Oregon, Texas, Washington, and Alabama. And really, to sum up those, it just depends on if all of those first 4 end up losing a game. And if they do, how dramatically does that happen? Like I said before, if Michigan loses to Ohio State by a field goal or something like that, I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow both manage to make it in, setting up a rematch potentially for either the semifinals or the national championship. Lastly, we have our head story, which is Everton, who was penalized this week after it was found to have broken FFP rules. So that's like financial fairness rules, by spending more money than they were allowed to and having too much debt. As a punishment, the league deducted 10 points from Everton's total, which means that Everton's going to have to continue this season with 10 fewer points than they would have otherwise, plunging them into the relegation zone, where they could potentially be demoted to a lower league. The points penalty was the heaviest ever imposed by the league, and it's a sign that the league is taking these financial rules very seriously. With that said, it seems like the penalty against Manchester City has vanished into the cloud. Everton said they will, of course, appeal the decision, but it's obviously unlikely or unclear if that's going to be successful. These rules were set up in like 2009, just to kind of give context, and they really tried to aim to provide a fair playing program, their financial field. You have a 3-year running gap, or running total essentially, and you can't have a deficit over those 3 years. It incentivizes teams essentially to not just put in a bunch of money and have it be a losing affair, put in a bunch of money and lose financially just at the cost of winning, and encourages lesser wealthy owners to still take a stake in the league. So yeah, we'll see and continue how that works. Everton is still in the relegation zone, as they were fighting last year to get out of that relegation zone. They barely managed to get out, and it's unfortunate that they were going to be going back in now. They've had a good run, winning, I think, 4 out of their last 5, and we'll see how that ends up. But that's all I've got for the sports stuff section today. Thank you so much.
Sports with Teddy. Hey, I set my lineup without you DMing me. Set your lineup. I was all proud of myself this week. I don't know how I did, but I did do that. I don't know.
I'm
Speaking
gonna
of
be doing a deep
fantasy,
dive.
I am on a 6-win streak right now in our league.
Wow.
And I've gotten from the bottom of the league, and I'm now, I think, fourth, tied for third.
Bottom to the middle. Nice.
Yeah, so looking to get a good seeding for the playoffs in a couple weeks.
I dig it.
Oh,
And
I'm
you
very
got
jealous.
the chocolate
We'll do a-
chips, Joe. I'm like jealous. Taco
Yeah,
sent you chocolate chips and not me. It's cool.
Man, I'll do a full deep dive on the fantasy breakdown next week as we approach the playoffs, and I'll really paint a fun narrative picture on who's in first, who's the worst, and who's in between.
I'm the worst. It's okay.
Man.
I am. All right. Well, Ted's got to go do some real life businessy stuff. He's looking fly with his outfit today. So we love you, Ted. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much. As much as I wanted to get dressed for Chris, there's bigger things in life besides just us. So I'm just kidding.
Pay
I'm just
them
kidding.
bills.
I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Wow.
I'm going.
I
to
got dressed up for you,
shoes.
Chris.
Thank you. You look good.
Thank you.
I was chuckling to myself because as Ted was doing the sports, Lord Luga was actually checking himself out in the camera for like the entire time, like over and
That's
over
what I do,
again.
man. Just like, gotta check
I gotta
it.
get
Make
back
sure
to
we're
being
good.
recorded. It's
Got
good.
shoulder pads in.
I was stuffing my face
man.
with chips, and Luke was like,
Priorities, right?
all right, bye,
But
Teddy. We
love you
appreciate
all.
you big
Take
time.
Bye.
Bye, Ted.
All righty. So we're switching it up a little bit, but we still have limericks. We're going to hear from Feely after we do our limerick challenge, I think. Joe, I'm jealous. You got all the pixel puffs. You got the chocolate chips. I didn't even lord the chips over Chris like I had planned. I mean, Harold's done bad today.
Sorry
I
about
guess.
that.
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, we'll see you for the Deb Roundup. Joe, Feely will come right back to you for some astrology. Hopefully my luck is going to change soon in the stars. I hope, but we'll see you soon. All right, Luga. I don't know what you're thinking this week. I don't know the answers. Normally I know what they are.
I barely know the answers.
We'll see. Are you ready, Chris?
No.
You got your thinking
Perfect.
cap on.
We caught him unaware. Let's go.
We're gonna start off soft. Don't worry.
I'm going to take notes.
Okay, yeah, write it down. It's enough to make you blush. Be patient. Don't rush. Sometimes it's best to pipe down. Don't always sing or you'll drown. A collection of musical artists.
Populous?
It should rhyme with blush.
Oh,
rush.
Blush and Rush.
Oh, I know this one now.
Oh, ho, ho.
Blush and Rush. A collection of artists, musical
Chris,
artists.
look at me.
Oh, Hush. Hush. Oh, I have one too.
You have a custom hush, if I remember.
do. I do. I almost actually flexed that today.
Ooh. I thought I saw it, but it was the boy one. I was like, oh.
Yeah. I
That was
didn't.
your softball.
I had to be told that it rhymed with blush, and then I was like, musical. It came to me. You guys saw the light go on. So,
Yeah,
good
I
job,
know.
Chris.
It's
You
a
didn't
it's a
need any help
great
with that.
it's a great series. I really love his work.
We mentioned him earlier in Flex Time because that work looks similar. So that Hush series is by John M. Lowe. Algo. If you don't know. So. Number two.
You better take this to the vet. Not a guy or a gal, don't fret. Made by a freaky, it's a little sneaky. By a skeleton friend or...
I didn't know this one
So
either.
what
I know
what
what
if-
Freaky does, and I know he does Freaky.
I know
but
Freaky.
didn't get the rhyme. Right.
What is Freaky?
He did Scully Friends.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Friends.
Okay. Okay.
He did the freakos. He does the freakies.
Follow the trail.
I mean, so he just like is like did they release? They had like the pets too.
Oh, pets! Maureen
Hey,
Denny came in
pets.
the chat and nailed it. I'm not giving Chris credit for that, but I kind
I
of
think I'm right.
I'm not watching the chat.
am. Sure.
I'm not. Where would I even see the chat?
On the YouTube.
We're going to give you credit.
We're live, Chris, on YouTube.
Wait a second.
Also, I
I'm not,
brought it
I'm not
up
gonna
on the
watch YouTube
screen.
while I'm on this.
I
You should.
put it
Oh,
up on
I
the
didn't see
screen
it.
right as you were saying it. It's there. Let me
Oh.
direct. Nope, wrong way. It's there.
So I have that screen like small, so I'm actually looking at your faces.
Oh yeah, you should go to the
You
main
can
screen.
make that
It
screen
helps.
bigger. It's easier.
I- I did, but it was super pixelated. I was like, why do I want to see a pixelated version of this?
Oh yeah, mine is not. I get a better feed because I'm the director. Sorry. To make it all work together.
Lord
you gotta,
that over it. There you go. IRL.
Watch, Chris is going to end up directing our show. That would be great, Chris. You're hired for your voluntary position.
Thank you.
Hey, it's tough making it all work. And the second we can find a qualified producer that has time and wants to do it, I would love to relinquish that because it's real hard, guys. I've like learned as much more than I ever thought I would have.
And by the way,
there's
is
a cap for my brain and knowledge.
The whole Scully friend community led by natives, very, very great community.
Yeah.
Undervalued. Yeah. It's a good project.
Super phenomenal. I was gonna end it with "Bye, Scully friends," but it's like that was a little too obvious. But
When it goes away. Yeah, no, I was like thinking you rhymed freaky with freaky. Like I was very freaks with freaky. I was confused.
Oh yeah, that would have been terrible. Have I done freakios? All right, final one.
Okay.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Not to be confused with CZ Binance. Play with DeFi here for a happy dance. Trade with ease, leverage with a breeze. Algorand is better with.
It's okay. Play with DeFi here for a happy chance. So it rhymes with. What is it supposed to rhyme with?
Should rhyme with Binance and dance.
Binance and dance. Folks Finance.
Ooh, come on,
right?
Chris. That is correct. That is correct.
I read this one and thought it doesn't. Humble doesn't rhyme with that. Was my first. So I just went with it.
I chatted with Benedetto today. Big fan of Benedetto.
He's quality.
Super quality.
Oh man! All right, we'll give you credit 3 for 3, Chris. You're doing all right. I'm still a little mad, but it's okay.
Wait, what are we mad about?
That you beat me without trying everything. I was so excited. I had the chips. I was like, "This is it."
Oh.
You had a gift buy.
Yeah, no, I'm really good at everything I do. So,
as proven by the limericks.
Got it. You got it.
I wore a special shirt today for this. Look, it's like the.
But your camera won't let you show it to us. You just got beat by yourself. I can't beat you.
The original Reach logo from like 5 years ago. Like.
OG.
Maureen says you're humble too. I love that your fancy computer setup just totally t-shirt blacked you. Big.
Yeah, move fast.
Too quick. I dig it. Yeah, humble. Maureen Denny says you're humble too. You must come by it naturally. I agree.
I am the most humble.
The most humble.
It's totally something someone says.
Everybody come and watch how humble I am. It's amazing.
You on your Kanye arc now?
It's Feely's cue. Here we go. Let's
Cast
see.
them stars.
Hello, Belly back with more Keeping Up with the Stars. Scorpio season is almost over. Tomorrow, the sun enters Sagittarius. So happy solar return to all of you sexy Sag out there. It's been a long Scorpio season. If you've been feeling all of the feelings, getting super deep and following your intuition, to put it lightly, it's just been really intense this season. Scorpio season is intense. It's kind of tiring. It's like living in a dark place. It's hard being a Scorpio, but each sign serves a purpose. There's no such thing as a bad sign. We all have Scorpio somewhere in our chart. But when Sagittarius season comes, it's a refreshing break. So you can chill out a little bit, stop stressing, and just have some fun again. So Sagittarius starts tomorrow, November 22nd to December 21st. During this time, it inspires us to be open and do things on a big scale. While Scorpio wants to find hidden truths, Sagittarius encourages us to explore, meet new people, and try new things. It's about making mistakes and learning from them, experiencing everything the universe has to offer. Sagittarius is all about wanting to know more, understanding things, and find a purpose. Sagittarius, they like to know things. They love knowing things. It's not all serious and bookish. It's more about experiences than just facts. Sagittarius natives, they love traveling, especially to faraway places, um, and trying things that might seem a bit crazy to others. When Sag, when this season comes, it's not about watching. It's about going out and doing things because Sag is a fire sign, so it's all about action. When it's Sagittarius season, you might feel really up for adventures, wanting to try new and different things. You could be excited about going far away places. It's funny because people often travel around this time because it's the holidays. Stepping out of your usual routine and being curious about the unknown. It's a time to travel, chat with new people, and make your world bigger in any way that you can. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Sag is a fire sign ruled by Jupiter, which brings good things because everything Jupiter touches, it expands. So it can bring a lot of abundance and a lot of luck. So during this time, you'll likely feel more upbeat, but be a bit careful because Jupiter can overdo things, be overly confident, or overlook details. When Jupiter is placed somewhere in your chart, that's kind of where you indulge. Like Jupiter allows you to indulge, and it could be bad, so just be careful. Sagittarius often believes things will work out sometimes, and sometimes they do because of Jupiter. They're ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is lucky. But be mindful not to promise too much. Like think you're Superman and you miss the important stuff, so just don't forget the details. If your life if your life is kind of stuck in the same routine, or if you're feeling trapped in your daily task, Sagittarius season might make you really restless and eager to break free. So during this season, escaping is easy. No need for cleverness or tricks. Just be brave and straightforward. Um, Sagittarius people are very blunt. They have that fire and they just kind of tell you how it is. And we need those people. So just feel what you want, whether it's a purpose, knowledge, or a better life. Let that feeling guide you. So during Sagittarius season, be ready for a bit of messiness, even if you prefer things to be neat and predictable. Instead of seeing it as a bother, think of it as a chance to make your mind and your life bigger. In Sag season, you don't have to plan anything ahead. Just believe that each step you take can lead to amazing and unexpected experiences. Pretend that the rules don't apply and let your mind and your heart grow toward the wide world around you. That's all for today. Bye, guys.
I dig it. I dig it. Luga, I don't know. You're here. How you doing? Quick change much? Oh, nope, you're gone.
Oh,
Now you're back.
sorry. Sorry, I broke everything. I was busy
What's the quick
fighting my
change?
Jamios and listening to the stars.
I see
Tell me
that.
more
Let me see.
about having
Let me
fun
see if I
again.
can find Joe. Joe? Hey, I want to hear about this hackathon, but I thought it would be good to bring you on so we could Ted's gone. We need a second counter. And
I can count. I'm really good at counting.
I am not very good at count. Well, I can
practice
count
with my
fine on my
3-year-old
own, but when
often.
I'm doing all this other stuff,
You're doing a lot. You have a
I
lot
get
of
distracted
juggling.
easily. Yeah, right. So Joe's here to be the responsible adult in the room while we do the Algo ecosystem challenge. Chris, do you know how to play this? Do you know what this is about?
I do. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't played as close attention as I used to. but I'm ready.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you know, but we have a high score. It was set by, do you know who it was set by?
Of course, good old Jaws.
It was set by Jaws. It was just my casual way of
What was
reminding you.
what
We
was
got
it,
to
by the
talk to
way?
him.
Was it
Great.
20?
Oh, there's
20.
no way I can get 20.
No.
Call it. All right, let's run the credits. It's fine. So for you, I thought we would expand that a little, but with the caveat that we have to be able to know, verify that, so don't be naming projects that exist that we don't know exist yet on the AVM, because that wouldn't be fair.
Oh, can I do full AVM?
We'll take AVM answers. In the past, we've taken Voy has an answer for the Algo Ecosystem Challenge because it's
Amazing.
part of it. Yeah. But
Well, maybe I can
telling
do
you
20.
that, I know you could pull 20. Right. We have to know that they're a thing. Like if Joe and Luga haven't heard about it, it's not really fair. So they
Counts.
both know about Void.
That's not fair.
Only name things I know, Chris.
That's not fair.
I mean, you have
How about this?
three very well-rounded people
promise
here
you-
as judges.
I promise
Chris.
you, I won't say one that doesn't exist.
Mm,
Trust.
okay.
And then you can verify later.
Trust the
And then
most
blast me
humble
on Twitter if
person
it doesn't.
ever. Yep.
Chris about to make projects that he names.
Justin
So,
saying
like
you'll
some
get
of
25.
them on, by the way, some of them on Void don't have names yet. Can I name the project that are, and the people that are working on them?
You're going to name their projects for them. You only
No,
have
I'm
30
gonna say,
seconds,
like-
Chris, so you can
Okay.
go at it however you want. But I think you stand a chance. I've heard of some.
I don't think.
We'll see. I don't know what else.
Okay.
Luga's going to try to distract you anyhow. So
I mean,
I'm
already
ready.
know.
Get set. Go.
Okay, let's start with the AMMs. Humble, Pact, Tiny Man, All Trade. Switched over to DeFi. Let's go to Vestige, Folks Finance, Algo, Meld Gold, Wallets, Para, DeFi, Daffy, NFTs, Tiny Horse, Flemish, Mingo, Hush. Let's go over to games. Fractal
Out
Monsters.
of time.
Could have been worse. Could have been worse.
Well done.
15.
That was not bad.
What would I get?
I got 16.
Oh,
That's
you gave
not
me 16? Oh, I only gave you 15.
Oh,
Oh shit!
that's not
I
bad,
got
right?
it.
Right, you might have made the
15
wrong.
That's
too,
actually
but
really good. That's above
I only
average. I
counted
think average is
15
like
too,
12.
but 16. We'll take 16. Joe's the responsible adult in the room. He counted. I believe
Was
you.
it-
Did. Pretty
Was
good
it the
for
right?
that.
Was it the right process to actually go by category?
Depends.
Okay.
I think he probably counted a category has a thing, to be honest. But
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
let's just
I
say
didn't
I
do
got-
well when I
Yeah,
played it.
20, 26 is what I got.
The easy, the easy answer is you hit the sponsor bar, right?
Oh yeah.
You didn't
Got
say
you to name
boy.
yourself or Gov or
NFT,
Wow.
Rand,
Boy.
bots.
We love our sponsors, and
that's some.
I don't know, Chris, if you have ever tried pointing. See if Feely can point. We'll try to point and thank our sponsors, but we've got NFT, Rand. Oh, I'm doing it this time. Algobots, Chris, Gov. Oh, now my hand's off the screen though. Shoot. Noti Boy. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I don't know. Ball and
An
Order
angel.
and WAP Crew. I appreciate you all big time.
Talk about the big Voy games Monday nights.
Oh yeah.
Did you
When's
know about
one
that,
next
IRL?
week?
Rocket League.
IRL. I
When's
didn't
the
know if
one
I
next
didn't
week?
know or not. But we do a poker game Monday nights. You haven't showed up to any of them.
No,
Do you
you
not
want to know
care?
why?
You're not in the Hall of Fame.
It's 7 p.m. EST. That's not a good time for me. But between dinner and bedtime is like impossible.
It's the worst.
I understand.
And I
in
have
existence.
advocated to some of the senior core members at the Voy Foundation and
All right.
some of the senior WAMP people that I
Wow.
would like that game to be moved to, between 9 and
We're
It's a-
gonna
it's
try
a
to
big game.
do boy
You go-
like because we do flash games often and
Do you guys want some alpha?
go.
So
I heard there's a
so-
huge game coming up and I want to know when it is.
So we're going to be doing a Voy Friendsgiving sometime next week, and part of the Friendsgiving is a huge million via poker game. 1 million.
It's not at 6:30 p.m. EST, is it?
I have we haven't set the time yet, but I was part of the conversation and your name was brought up twice.
I am quality. I was advocating. I talked to Gov and he was like, we took what Womp Crew offered us. They've been great. We love them. And so I was like, hey, Vulture, did you know that I can't make this game? And he was like, oh, I'm sure they really want you to play. I was like, no, I think they booked it at that time so I couldn't play, but I want to play. So
it's exactly like, it's like, okay, well, number one, anytime we actually bring up any type of like big thing at Voy, we're like, okay, well, what would IRL want? And let's make sure we don't do that. That's kind of how we make decisions.
You learned that from my kids, right? What would mom want here? And what am I going to do? I love the idea of a Friendsgiving. I'm down. I think if it's a
and by the way, it's actually not only Voy prizes. Like there's multiple people in the ecosystem that are giving up prizes for it. So it's gonna be a big deal.
Can I sponsor how much? I don't know if you're talking about the show or the Friendsgiving. I can tell you that if you're interested in sponsoring Algo Hour, our sponsors that are shown in the credits and down below support us with $50 a month support level. So I can tell you that. I think the game Friendsgiving is just open for donations, right? You got a vault. People can send that too.
Just DM me.
Okay. Well, if you want to donate,
I'm accessible.
Show, our vault is
accessible.
support.irl.algo or algoactive.algo if you want it to go straight to the Algo Active setup. We're trying to make it easy. I have some alpha now that Ted's not here and we can talk about him. He's going to help me manage sponsorships because we have a lot of great people in the ecosystem that I'm sure I could get to support us. But I really don't like being a bill keeper, accountant person. And I really struggle with that part of the managing the show's operations is keeping up with the sponsorships and stuff. So Ted has volunteered to help me with that. So soonly, you'll be hearing me talk more about it and soliciting more sponsorships because I'm excited. And it's been something that's been really a struggle for me personally. I just don't like talking about money with people, I guess, maybe is what it is. I don't know. I'm weird, but Teddy's going to come in and crack the whip and help us out with that. So I'm really excited. Thanks, Ted. All right. Let's see. Joe, are you ready to tell us what's going on in the world of deving? I don't know if any of you saw, but one of the finalists for the Buildable Hackathon was our friend Crypto Beaver. And they were doing the VR platform where you earn tokens for watching people's content. And you can watch an Algo Hour ad. And I think earn some love you token, something like that. So check it out if you haven't. It's our first ad. So that was kind of cool. And it was being used in the demo for the hackathon. So anyhow, okay, I'm going to just put you in your scene and let you tell us what's up. So I appreciate you.
All right, hey everyone. So a couple updates on some things that have been going on in the Algorand ecosystem. So first, as you know, IRL just mentioned, our hackathon has come to a close, or at least the submission deadline has come to a close. And what this basically means is that everyone that submitted to our hackathon over the past weekend, our DevRel team took a look at all the submissions and basically kind of filtered them down and handed off a list of finalists that then pitch on to our final judges. Now, unfortunately, I was moving this weekend, so I didn't get to spend a ton of time looking at their submissions. But from what I did get to look at, there was a lot of really cool submissions. And in particular, like the category I spent a lot of time with was our gaming track. So I saw a couple of really cool gaming submissions, some from people that have already been in our community, like Greg from Vestige. We saw DragMZ also put out a game as well, and a bunch of other really cool stuff in that category. And that to me was really exciting because gaming is one of those areas where um, how you can integrate blockchain is really different between every game. So it's really exciting to see all the different ways people use blockchain and mix like traditional Web 2 tech with, blockchain technology. And we even saw, the usage of like randomness on chain, using, Teal script to write contracts, like using all this new tech to build stuff on chain. So that was really great to see. I know that we also had a lot of great submissions in the other categories, but like I said, I unfortunately didn't get to spend too much time with them because I was moving. So what's basically happening now is we are, or those projects are pitching for the final placement, and then the finalists will be announced. I should have the date in front of me, but I forget off the top of my head. But they'll be announced soon, and then there'll be a final showcase for all the projects that have gone through to the final round. So, and that will be in December. So, really great place to showcase the devs and the projects that people are working on. And overall, I'd say that the Buildable was really successful. This was our first hackathon in a while, and we exceeded our registration goals and saw a lot of really good engagement. So it was a really good experience. Now, in addition to our Buildable Global Hackathon, 2 weeks ago now, we also did a pitch competition at the BitConf. So I was in Argentina with some of my colleagues, and there was a live pitch competition. So it was like a mini hackathon, basically. And the last time I was on the show, we couldn't yet announce the winners, but we have the winners now. So I just want to give them a shout out. So in first place, it's a project called Finguru, and this is basically it uses AI technology and to provide like news articles based on voice recordings. So you interview someone, and then it'll generate like a first draft of an article that you can then use to provide content for interviews. And this was one of the demos they did is they interviewed Brian Fox at the BitConf, and then right away they were able to generate an article summarizing what Ryan was talking about. And it uses a blockchain to kind of do the micropayments, revenue distribution, ability to give the power to the content creators. So a really cool project. And again, that was called Finguru. Then we also have a project called Block Estate X. And so this is basically the best way to describe it is like think of Lofty, where instead of investing in like actual houses, you're investing in construction projects. So you're making an investment in a step before a house actually becomes or a property actually becomes a house or commercial real estate. So that was really cool. And then finally, we have a project called 4Chain, and 4Chain is basically a solution to help bring traditional Web 2 devs or Web 2 companies into the blockchain world and help them. Particularly, they're focusing on like events and ticketing. So it's kind of like a white label solution that anyone can leverage to use blockchain technology. And so these were the three winners, and there were many other great projects that were there at the BitConf that will hopefully still be building on Algorand as well. I know some of them still are. So that was a really great experience, and hopefully, in a month's time by now, we'll have all of our winners for our Buildable Hackathon, and that'll be a really great time to celebrate what people are building and kind of showcase all the new features on Algorand. Because there's a lot of cool stuff like block storage and randomness that hasn't really been used much like in mainnet, and we're finally starting to see it come around. So really exciting stuff happening, and yeah, it's just great to see, especially for me, to spend time with those devs, see what people are building, and support them, especially coming into 2024, which is going to be a big year for Algorand. So a lot of good stuff going on. And then, of course, still working on Teal scripts, getting ready for Python release, which should be coming very early next month. So if you're a dev, definitely stay tuned. We'll have a lot of resources in our Discord for learning Teal script, learning Python, learning how to use all these new things. Discord.gg/Algorand, that's the place to be if you're a dev. I think that's all of the updates for me on my end. So I'll hand it back to IRL. Thanks everyone for listening.
Oh yeah.
I dig it. I appreciate you. We are running a little short on time, and I want to give Chris the opportunity to speak into our souls during the elevator pitch. But real quick, Luga, let's see what you got us. We're all slacking, but you got this thing. I think you need to own shoes to do it. I'm not sure. Is that right? Are you muted?
He is muted.
Yeah.
I've lost you, IRL. Here, let me BRB.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Chris. So while he BRBs, you get a chance to pitch us all in the elevator pitch. You lasted all show long. Way to be.
He's back.
Real quick, we're going to have Luga tell us this week's Algo Active. So.
Boom. Real quick. Okay.
Oh,
Speed.
hold on. Wait, where is it? I don't know. It's somewhere.
I can do it live if you want me to.
Who?
I'm just kidding. I don't know if I can, but I can try.
I don't know how we would fit all of you in there. I'll just put it.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, this is way easier. Hello, welcome to Who is Active Right Now. I'm your host, the Lord Beluga, King of the Flexing, Sweener, Chris. I love you so much. Thank you for coming on the show. It's a
My
pleasure to
pleasure.
see your face.
Thank you.
Peace on your knowledge, boys.
Right here, two beautiful men.
Oh, when are we going to start our shirtless podcast? Is that going to be a thing? Soon? Okay.
I mean, right now.
Right now. Yeah. I don't know if that's the skill. Rogue, yeah. So let's see. Last week we did the abs challenge, but this week we can just go straight into it. Whatever it is. So there's an abs challenge. That's okay. All right. So this is the coming up week. This is what we call it's called the old person challenge, right? So you got to put your socks and shoes in front of you. You stand on one leg, and then you have to put the sock on, put the shoe on, tie the laces, and then you can put your foot down.
Right? You're just hoping people fall on camera.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Right.
It's fun. So that was one, right? And then I got to pick up the other foot, pick up the sock, put the sock on, do the shoe. I'd lost the sock.
Yeah, when do we get the shoes?
So if you are a shoeless, sad soul, I don't know. I think there's like a place called Payless. That,
Can you believe I bought 3 of those things?
You bought 3 shoes?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I didn't buy them at market. I bought them at below market.
Ooh, you secondary swiped.
I secondary swiped
You
3
were
of them.
exit liquidity for someone who could see it coming.
And wait until they have egg on their face when I get my shoes.
Ooh, egg on your feet. So that's the old person challenge. Since we are the Algo Boomer chain, that is a test to see if you're old or not. So Sweener, I expect you. No, I don't actually.
To fall over.
No, I expect you to fall over. Yeah, just make a video of you falling over. Boom, you qualify for the week.
Wonderful.
That's awesome. So yeah.
Okay, I'm butting in to say Chris did really good push-ups. Okay, I was like I was like, okay. And then he didn't do any more. So that's where we left it.
He doesn't. He's just.
I already won.
I don't know about that. I'm still eating my chips, so I think I win. Are you ready for your elevator pitch?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, Joe, Feely, Luga, you guys are the best cast crew ever. Teddy, we love you too. And let's see here if I can. Maybe I can do this. Well, let's see. There it is.
Hello, everyone. The thing that I'm working on lately is Voy. Voy is a new layer 1 blockchain that uses the AVM architecture. So same technology as what Algorand. But rather than me pitch you Voy, what I wanted to actually talk about is answer the question, why is Voy good for Algorand, since it's the Algo Hour? A few things that really like jump out is, number one, projects building on top of Voy will also build on top of Algorand. So far, we have block explorers, wallets, node managers, all of these things that are open source and also launch in Algorand. Second major thing is that because Voy is also the AVM, this is going to improve the AVM itself, both through providing resources to Algorand technologies to continue to build, but also providing our own team to actually make the AVM better as well. And then finally, increase traffic, because in the early days, the only way to get onto Voy is through Algorand. So through Algo Voy pools, state-proof decentralized bridges, and stablecoins, there will be more increased traffic to them.